Well, it's been a painful few months, but it's finally here. What's going on, everyone? I'm Daniel Rodriguez, and welcome to my The Walking Dead Season 7 premiere spoiler review. Make sure you have seen the episode. It should take me about 3 minutes to recap it, then give you the pros, cons, and final score. Thanks so much for joining me. Hey, also, if you guys are new to the channel, over the next 3 months, I will be reviewing over 43 TV shows, and I am doing my Walking Dead Season 7 reactions every single week. So if you guys want to see my reaction to Season 7, Episode 1, make sure to look in the description down below. You will find a link. If you guys have the spare time, man, make sure to check it out. Thanks so much. Let's get on to the recap. So we begin the Season 7 premiere of The Walking Dead with Negan dragging Rick inside the RV. Now he's going to take Rick on a little trip, and where they go is actually where the Season 6 finale, where one of the scenes were. Remember when they were driving and the Saviors had a big barricade and everything? They had wood and they started burning the wood. But there was a bridge behind them, and they ended up hanging a man by a chain. So that's where they're at. So the guy is still hanging on the chain. It's a smoky because the fire is letting out, like there's barely any fire on the wood, and there's walkers everywhere. Now what Negan does is he opens the door, he throws the hatchet on top of the RV, and he says, "Go get it. Why don't you go get it?" And yeah, there's walkers everywhere, so Rick ends up going to the top of the RV, fought a few walkers on the way, and this is after the murders already, so at this point we don't know who is killed just yet. So Rick's on top of the RV and he just starts breaking down, and then it cuts back to Negan end up killing Abraham. Abe the Babe, is the first man to go. He is the it. So that right there, boom, Negan kills Abraham, and then Daryl ends up punching Negan, and first was I get it. The first one is free. Second, he don't like that shit. He's gonna cut that shit down. He already said it last season. And he's gonna do it, man. So because of Daryl's actions, Glenn ends up getting the bat. Very much justice to the comics, man. Made my heart be like, oh my god, they did it. I love it. They did it, man. It's very happy that they did it, and they actually got it done. And almost straight from the comics, man. Like Maggie, just all the eye freaking swollen out there and everything. They did it right, and I'm very happy for that. So that happened. Well, Glenn's dead. Glenn's is freaking being like pancakes with the biscuit in. So after that, Rick is hanging on this walker, and it's kind of a big stunt. He jumps on the chain walker, and he just ends up stretching like Mr. Fantastic, man. He ends up falling, and the walkers are going to get him, but Negan ends up saving him, shoots all the walkers there, so he helps, and he thinks of the group getting killed. So when he's, I guess when they're on the way back to where the Saviors are, he's kind of, when he was trying to escape the walkers, he was thinking about what could have been, Daryl dying, all the others, Rosita, Maggie, all of them getting Lucille'd. Now after that, Negan wants Rick to cut Carl's arm off. The whole episode I thought Negan was going to cut off Rick's arm off, but they were kind of misleading it. And I was kind of excited. I mean, I was terrified, because these are characters we love, but I was actually like, oh my god, like they're gonna at least cut somebody's arm off, man. We need something new here. So he was actually going to cut Carl's arm off, but it was actually sort of a test there. Negan ends up, that's what he wanted, because Rick's now broken. Rick is in a broken state. Almost like, how do you say it? He was almost like a dog, but he was just so scared, and I mean, he had boogers, and it was the whole 9 yards. Andrew Lincoln was method acting there at that moment where he was freaking terrified, sweating as hell, as always, man. So that was it. He's broken. Daryl's is Negan's bitch now, and they end up leaving a truck for them. Negan says, "I'm going to collect from you in a week," and the Saviors and him end up bailing and leaving, and massive sobs everywhere, man. The walkers are eating the remains of the faces of Abe, and I'm assuming it'll be Glenn after that, but they end up getting Abraham's body and Glenn's body, and they take it in a separate truck, and then Rick takes the RV, presumably heading back to Alexandria. Maggie wants war. After Maggie, got up, she ended up saying, you know what, get everyone we can, we're going to war. And well, Rick's broken, in a broken state, but I like how in the whole episode he's like, and then 1 second after Negan leaves, no, we can't do that, Maggie, no, we can't, just he's not like, he's just like, you should sit down, Maggie. After everything he just went through, he's kind of standing up like, oh, Maggie, you should sit down. And nobody's comforting Rosita or Sasha. No one's comfort. Everyone just goes to Maggie. I'm like, what about Abraham, guys? Abraham just died too. Y'all don't care. Y'all don't know, whatever. So Rick ends up driving away, and there is a kind of what could have been as well, where everyone's at the table, an alternate life that will never be done. And Glenn was holding his little baby, and looks like Sasha was pregnant with Abraham's baby as well. So all is well, love and war, man. All Out War coming very, 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 very soon within the next few seasons. We have been renewed for season 8 already, man. So Walking Dead is getting another big season. Not a surprise, but at least it's confirmation. Now on to the pros and cons. Now obviously the number one thing out of the whole episode that everyone is talking about is the death of Glenn and Abraham. Now sadly, I was aware that these two characters were going to die. I learned about it many months ago, and even because Glenn wasn't on set for many months and then Abraham wasn't there on set, everyone else was on set, so that just kind of pointed out right there, hey, they're obviously not on set. All these characters are in 120-degree weather outside, and months you never saw Glenn or Abraham on set whatsoever. That just pointed out that they're obviously not with us anymore. Now, both of the death scenes were filmed perfectly. I really love the way they showed the point of view from Rick's angle, and he's on the ground, and he's looking left to right, and this is it. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and they're finally going to reveal who it is. Some people know what's coming, some people don't, but either way, right when you turn to the right, and it's dead silent, all you hear is, and then right there, it's Abraham, and you don't want it to happen. You don't want it to be true, and it's going to go down. And there's nothing you can do to stop it, you know what I mean? It's like, oh my god, no! And the first hit, man, sucked my nuts, and then more hits, multiple. What I was really disappointed on with Abraham's death, though, not really a con, but I mean, they didn't really show him getting his head bashed in as like they did with Glenn. Glenn's death was way more brutal than Abraham's death. Like, you would think Abraham's the first to go, and yeah, it was boom, like he smashed it, but they didn't show all the hits as they did like mostly with Glenn. Like they showed, the blood squirt from the brain and then his body twitching. With Glenn's and Abraham's, you just saw his body and his head like there. So I was kind of really disappointed with that aspect for Abraham's. But going on to Glenn's, man, perfectly shot. Just like the comic book I'm just proud they gave it justice and they actually did it. They've been teasing Glenn's death for a long time. It wasn't a huge shocker once they actually did it, but the way that it was done and the eye popping and Maggie, and then he ended up saying like, "I'll find you" and such, and like it's hard. It turns your stomach inside out. And I was eating pizza before it too, so I wasn't feeling the greatest because I ate a buttload of pizzas. Maybe my stomach wasn't feeling great, but then after seeing that and the raw meat and shit, it doesn't make it any better. Another thing I've been seeing on the internet is everyone saying that Negan should die. Already one episode in, a full episode with Negan in there, man, and everybody's just like, die. I understand from a character standpoint, it's all, he killed Glenn, he killed Abraham, and everybody wants him to die. But, no. But in, as TV show-wise, no, Jeffrey Dean Morgan is a great add-on. And maybe some people have their doubts about Negan. I don't know who would, but now if you don't know who Jeffrey Dean Morgan is, you do know now after this episode. Just go look up his resume. Look at the shows he's done, man. He is just now that he's entered the show, he's the top actor on the show, and I'm pretty sure he's getting paid well on the show as well. I mean, he should get paid more than Rick and everyone else. Then he should. I mean, hopefully he is, because he is a top calibrated actor, man. And I'm happy he's on the show. Andrew Lincoln as well was awesome. Him and just the breakdown and the mind games that Negan did, it's just crazy. He opens and I don't know what he's going to do. He throws the hatchet on the RV, which was a very good throw, by the way, to actually land it on the roof. That was very lucky there. But everything he did, man, I honestly, because we're actually seeing Negan. We're not just seeing Negan with Lucille walking around. No. We've had that in our minds for over 3, 4, 5 months. We've had that in our mind. We never seen Negan do anything else in live action. This is the first time seeing Negan in live action, technically. We're actually, and he RV, he has a gun, he's shooting, he's, doing all this, and I'm just proud. I'm Jeffrey Dean Morgan, fantastic, especially the stunt work. I found out Andrew Lincoln didn't do the stunt work when he jumped on the walker that was hanging on the chain. That was somebody else. I'm pretty sure they did close-up shots and it made it, you know, but the actual jump and hanging on it, that was actually a stuntman. But even the stunts and the setting and the smokiness, and you can't see, there's barely anything visible, like arms reach length. That's all that's visible in the smoke, man. Like, that is very dangerous territory. While Negan's in the RV, who knows what he's doing. Rick's out there freaking, you know, fighting for his life. So I gotta say, man, all the scenes that we saw in this episode, I couldn't really think of one scene that was like slow or that was boring. All scenes were interesting, all scenes were necessary, and all of the settings too. Like, we didn't go to many places in this episode, but all the settings were very dark and right for the tone and perfect. And last but not least, when it's all said and done, the ending of the episode when Maggie gets up and looks at Glenn's body, and everyone's trying to tell her, no, sit down, no, you know, she's not thinking straight in the head maybe, but she is kind of, you know, well, she wants revenge. She obviously wants revenge, and the first thing she's going to say is, let's go after him. We need to kill Negan. Now, obviously, there was just an army of saviors right there, and even with Alexandria, I don't think they, you know, too much. They have too many men, too many guns, maybe even higher artillery. They even have a bigger base, the saviors. So it's crazy, you know. We would need the kingdom. Once we get the kingdom with King Ezekiel and they come together, Rick and Ezekiel, then they could take on Negan. And then when they get to Hilltop, all three of them together, then they could take on Negan. But right now, Maggie has the right thinking, but not yet. We go to war, but not yet. You know, let's go back to Alexandria and let's kind of maybe eat, drink, worry about the baby first and all that, and then we'll worry about, like, first off, revenge. I understand, and it's badass because it is, you know, how she's like, let's go to war. It is true, but, you know, Carl just got his arm, you know, and Daryl's with Negan right now, and this and that and that and that and that, and if we go after them too, Daryl could die and another person could, you know, so but still, the way that Maggie just got up and she's ready, and I mean, Lauren Cohan, beautiful, sexy, talented, so whatever, Maggie, and I hope, I kind of, you know, it's sad, but she's a strong woman. I think in the comic book she tried to be like a little suicidal and tried to hang herself. I don't know whether that was before Glenn's death or after Glenn's death, but I'm hoping that she stays strong. I know she'll be a little depressed, but I'm hoping it's not like, I'm going to kill myself depressed, you know, like, and that I hope she'll become, you know, a secondary leader, and maybe she'll take, obviously, Glenn's place. What Glenn was doing, she'll take his place. She has a haircut for it. So maybe, you know, she'll take Glenn's place, be Rick's right-hand man. Now, I thought this premiere was great, and way better than the Season 6 premiere. Now, Season 6 was a really, really, really good season, but the premiere, you know, them at the cliff, and then the honk in the woods, and the wolves attacking, I wasn't a big fan of the premiere of Season 6. And maybe I thought it was good at the time, but I didn't think it was great as this premiere. This was a really great premiere. Again, because it was a small, compacted episode, but yet a lot happened. And I wasn't let down by the deaths. I mean, really, what happened? Rick got broken. Carl almost got his arm cut off. Abraham's dead. Glenn's dead. The Saviors now own and claim Rick's group and Alexandria. And now we're going to have to find a way to get out of this sticky mess, and it's going to take a while to get out of this sticky mess. It's not going to be the next episode, it's not going to be anywhere near soon, but it's the start of a whole brand new chapter, and really with Negan in this storyline, it's a breath of fresh air. They finally breathed in new life into the Walking Dead. Not like the Walking Dead was dying, but they breathed, you know, a second level, a second life. We're on Negan's level now, man. So it's changing. The way we knew Walking Dead was is not going to be the same, man. It's going to be a different style, a different tone, more darker, more sadistic, dark comedy, all like that, man. And King Ezekiel, freaking CGI tiger, baby. Shiva, man, it's going to be crazy. Now, the only problem I really had, I'm not taking any points off this, but the only thing I was kind of disappointed with, they didn't cut off Carl's arm. I wanted it to, because I care for Rick, man. Rick is obviously the hero, and he's had his ups and downs, as in he's been the villain. Recently, he's kind of been a villainish, and then we gotta kill them all, you know. Now he's kind of the governor-ish in a sort of way. He's had his ups and downs. But here, you know, I just wanted them to do it. I wanted Carl's arm to be cut off. I'm like, just do it. Let's because what a way it would be. We had Abe die, Glenn die, and then an arm cut off. How crazy would that be? Come on, let add more to talk about. But they didn't end up cutting the arm, so I was kind of pissed off at that. Or at least Rick's hand cut off. I thought he would like cut off his own arm. So, you know, like, there, I did it, you know what, something like that. I thought he would do a little something like that. And then as well, Abraham's death. I thought, again, it was filmed good. I just wish they would have showed him more brutally getting killed like they did with Glenn. Like I said a few moments ago, I thought this premiere was great. I really loved it. Negan, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, the way the deaths were filmed, the cinematography, the stunts, the action. Greg Nicotero and his team of the Walkers every single week, every single season. The Walkers continue to amaze me. The stretchy neck. That was really cool. I thought Rick would maybe get bit in the leg or something. That too, I was kind of like, oh my god, he's going to get bit. Negan's going to cut it off or something. I thought something would go down with somebody else getting hurt or killed. I mean, even at that moment, you thought Daryl was going to die, but then they, you know, and I think they were hinting Daryl, like Negan was like, Dwight, you should try him out or something. I'm like, ooh, no, I'm okay. I'm okay with that, guys. I'd rather him die than you trying him out. I'm fine. I'm really fine with that. I love The Walking Dead. It's had its ups and downs. Wasn't a big fan of season 3. Like, there were like, people complain about season 2 in The Farm. I like season 2. And then people like a lot of the prison episodes. Wasn't a big fan of, the big prison episodes I loved. But some of the prison scenes were slow. And some people say the farm scenes were slow. I enjoyed the farm scenes. We're opposite, right? I enjoy season 2 a lot more, and then people... I don't think it was really the prison. It was more the Woodbury, the governor. And it was pre-governor before he got his eye patch. Like, I understand some scenes were necessary, but they were bitch-ass slow. Andrea, this and that. Hello, I'm the governor. Like, whatever. Just call me the governor. Yeah, look at me. I have a daughter as a zombie. Yes. Negan, and don't get me wrong, I love the governor, the actor who played him. I love it when he did his cameo, even though he was dead. Negan's way better. Negan is hands down just even more brutaler. Whatever. The basic point of it is, great premiere. Wasn't the all-time most amazing. I mean, the pilot will always be my favorite, probably one of my favorite premieres. But second of this, of the pilot, it would be Season 7, Episode 1. Thanks again for watching. I'm going to give the Season 7 premiere, Episode 1 of The Walking Dead a solid A. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed, make sure to smack the like button. You can comment down below to me what you guys thought about the episode. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What was your favorite moment out of the premiere? Do you like Negan? Are you excited with where the story is going? Or do you want them to go towards some other storyline? So, share this video with your friends. Hit that subscribe button for more awesome Walking Dead reviews every single week and reactions if you do have the time. Again, check it out down below in the link in the description. Thank you again so much. Join the Big D Nation. Help support this channel. Let's let it grow. We're 80 shy away from 500. Let's do it. Till next time, bye-bye.